take it real soon. You know we got what you need, baby, so take it along.
Well, welcome again to Watch Stadium and the Stadium Sports Network. Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, with my man, the Mississippi Ninja, Philip Barnett, right next to me. We'll call the action for you here. Your eyeballs will tell you what's going on the boards. We'll do our best to fill in the gaps.
Yep.
And between now and then, hopefully you have a good time joining the ACO. Here for the Rock 108 ACO. I'm going to give them a little juice because they gave me a little juice of their own. They brought a little bit of their, I believe this is their Chilsner brew. They brought it out to sample with us. They held some preliminary tournaments here to bring some local folks out to the tournament, but here at the Alliant Powerhouse Center Court for the American Cornhole Organization Cedar Rapids Major, one of 35 majors around the country this year. We've been fortunate to be able to sit next to one another and call a lot of the action, and we're thrilled to have you along with us as we work our way to the World Championship Week in Branson, Missouri, the final week of July.
And we have seen some great action so far this season, and it can only get better, I'll tell you. And it has gotten better. Man, he has fist bumped Craig Ervin so much, he may have to get a doctor for those knuckles.
Yeah. They may have shared way too much knuckle DNA between the two of them. But that blue lane, with that blue lane in that lower seat comes the first bag, and we'll look forward to what should be a pretty good match. Now, it's interesting that Craig has shifted bags as he's playing with Russell's bags.
Russell's bags, and first bag goes off the board.
Got to get a little bit of a feel for those. They're a little bit faster, it seems.
And he was dialed in most of the night against DJ.
We know that they have issued last call here in the building, so everybody is scrambling to make sure they have their proper hydration. And that's right. So we want to make sure that we make it to last call as well. But I'll tell you something right here. This will make it a little bit. I think this is the biggest differentiation in bag color we've seen. Make things a little bit easier for us to know what's going on. But that first bag off the back is going to be a little bit of a test bag for Craig Ervin. Now we'll see what Tabors can do with his bags.
And Brian Jones, he's an airmail specialist, so let's see if he throws any blocks. And Russell has a great airmail as well.
Yes, he does.
I'd like to see a little block and shoot here.
Ben and Brian jump up to a 3-0 early lead. That bag off the back ended up being costly for Craig and Russell.
And there's a block.
Just going to stack a couple of them up here and just widen that blockade.
Here's a shoot right here.
Coming up and over. No,
a little short.
Just a little bit of short left.
He talking to himself or somebody in his head. Russell goes up and over nice, but he does pull Brian's bag.
But you know what? That was just a nice clean airmail. And that's a really great bag. It took a little juke to the right and found its way in the hole. Russell's going to go up and over again.
And he got a bad break. He only gives up 2.
Not enough. He pulled just enough of Jonesy's bag in there to
keep him from going in.
Falling back in. Just enough.
Man, I see some of the local players that had that challenge sitting across from us. One of them's got Meat Daddy on the back of his jersey.
Well, that's the beauty of these jerseys in the ACO. You can have anything you want put on there. And we've seen Meat Daddy a little while ago. I saw Scuba on the back of a jersey. That reminded me of one of my favorite shots, the Scuba shot.
That's right.
We'll probably see 1 or 2 of those here in this match. Nice up and over. But boy, he paid the price there with a little bit of a bank to the left.
See Bob Howell across from us. Still here watching.
Out of play, but possibly on the floor here in just a moment.
It's vibrating every shot. Now, if Craig Smarty throws a little bit higher to get it to go off,
a little bit extra bump, and he did.
Stayed on.
Didn't take him but one toss.
It moved again, but here it is.
To get used to that bag, to Russell's bag.
Temptation Island.
Going up and over, he's got it. There it is. How about that?
You
And
better grab that,
bag,
Brian. You better grab that, Brian.
Well, and honestly, he held on longer than he had to.
Yeah.
That was good sportsmanship on Brian Jones's part because he grabbed it. He felt like he saw it moving just a little bit and played it fairly.
Man, now we have 5-4. And if it's like anything else we've had, it should be a great match here. We've had more blowouts tonight than we've had all year.
Yes, we have. We've had some wider margins of victory than we've seen for a number of tournaments. Boy, I tell you what, these boards seem to be playing pretty quickly.
They do, and the air conditioner on in here.
Well, and fewer people.
Yeah.
You know, as people continue to wrap up their competition. Oh boy.
Oh.
That's a bag. He almost fell down after he threw that one, and that one's trying to use his body language to get that one back. So that's going to be a 5 spot that's going to cost them the lead and
first bag.
Maintain first bag, our Russell and Craig.
Nice bag. And he can get in a groove with any bag. So watch out. He's had enough games on center court tonight to be able to know how the board plays in the last 2 nights.
I almost feel like he doesn't know how to play on any court except center court this weekend.
I think he refused to play on court 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that right?
No, I'm kidding.
I think, I'll be honest with you, he's going to be going home with a lot of what-ifs in
he
his head
is.
tonight because he's had a lot of time on center court, and I think he is ultimately going to be saying, well, what if, and should I, and could I, and did I, and could we?
And to be honest with you, we've had him on center court a bunch, and his record is probably not what he would like it to be.
Oh, no, there's no question.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a bunch of opportunities to take home that purple jersey. And
but we have seen tournaments where he's done the same and taken all of them.
Yeah.
So it's just, is it your weekend? You never can be too sure. And again, as we head to Cedar Rapids here for our first trip ever into Cedar Rapids, I'll tell you the talent pool from 16, 17 states that have come into town. We've seen a lot of really big names bounced into Tier 2 and Tier 3 in both singles and doubles. And from the truck, they're telling me 4 second-place finishes for Craig Ervin.
And that's probably this year, is it? Am I right? Yeah, this year. That's a lot of times up on this center court, not getting the job finished. Not to take anything away from him.
No.
He's an awesome player.
No, I'd give my left bag for
me too.
A couple of number 2s in competition in a field like this.
And you talk about the competition here. I've walked around the room for 2 days, and that's all I hear is how stiff the competition has been at this major. And like I said,
to clean that up, that'll fall. That bag will fall.
Like I said, this was the hardest picks I've had of any major.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Neither of those gettable now, and this should be no problem at all for Ben. Oh boy, what was that?
Man,
and you know what? We heard DJ refer to that.
Yeah.
Sort of that follow the leader.
The magnet bags, what I call it. Like those bags have magnets over there. There goes Ben picking up a couple.
And if you watch Ben, he's got that thumb grip that somehow they're able to hit that release. And so much of this game is about your release and that release point that allows him, even with that thumb gripped in like there, to take that big flat, what I call that flying saucer rotation. Now Russell's going to step out significantly to come in on the left or right on that bag to the hole.
No, and it didn't kick over to him.
Brian's going to go ahead and scoot that in. Now he's going to allow Russell back to where he normally would like to throw from to take that center.
Russel Tabors, long-time ACO, CO.
Oh, what, 10 years?
Yeah,
if not
10
longer.
years.
Yeah.
And he's very well respected in the ACO and the Cornhole community.
Yeah. He's a big factor no matter who you're seeing play anywhere. He's a guy that so many will cite as an influence, a mentor, a champion, and that sort of thing. And that's exactly how you want to be known, no matter what your field, whether it's sports or otherwise. You want to be that guy that everybody wishes they could be. And Russell certainly represents that. He and Craig out to a 15-9 lead, but Ben and Brian going to.
When Russell's long gone, it will be a legacy, what they call a legacy. Russell has left a legacy in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. No question.
Yeah. And I hope he lives forever.
I was just going to say, well, there's a good chance he'll become a legacy after I'm gone. That guy's got staying power.
Yeah, he does. And like I said, he's built a Cornhole Palace that he runs regional out of there in Kirksey, Kentucky.
Well, you know, we talk about this. We've talked about it with so many different families who have committed. I mean, we have the Hurt family, nicely done there. What a great shot.
Yes.
But we have the Hurt family. We have the Bargers. We have so many others who have gone and built their own indoor practice facilities.
Yeah.
So whether permitting or otherwise, they're able to find a place to get out and practice every single day. And I'll tell you something. It pays off. You can see it. It's not going to find a VFW hall or some other place to try to set it up or have to worry about the weather outside. It's the kind of thing that matters. And we've seen some really fantastic. Tim Burnett out on the West Coast.
Yeah, how about his palace, man?
He's built a true palace. Guy that comes out of the world of archery and has absolutely captured the spirit of cornhole
in California.
With the facility that he's built.
You know, in Russell, we talk about how all the time the wives that start playing. Mm-hmm. He told me his wife has actually started throwing some bags. I hadn't even met his wife until this year.
Is that right?
Yeah, and I've known him for a long time. And she started throwing bags. I guarantee you she's tuned in right now watching this show put on by her husband and Craig Ervin.
Well, I can already tell you right now, Philip, she is better than me.
Yeah.
Even if she started throwing this morning.
I don't mean that. Yeah, I mean, I've seen you throw, Finn. You don't give yourself enough credit.
Well, I won't give myself any credit. I'll let the scoreboard do all that.
Scott Mitchell will give you some credit.
Yeah. Well, he was nice enough to let me score 2 points off of him in a game. My first ever not pro, but competitive points.
Yeah.
That was I'm not going to lie, that would have been a social media cover photo for quite some time.
Craig's throwing the reblock. He wants him to shoot it.
Oh, he did, and he does. That's a nice shot there by Ben.
I promise you, Ben and Brian are not going to be shy when it comes to shooting airmails. And Craig goes up for the swish.
Oh, how about that?
For the swish.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we could see, as we mentioned earlier, a little bit of an air show like we saw at Chittenden. He was a one-man air show.
Yes,
this
he
could
was.
Be a duel. This could be a Red Baron duel with those red bags. Up and over, how
and it's just your regular 10-point wash with 3 airmails.
Duh.
and Ben's was a lot more important than Craig, because if he goes off the back, Craig could have won the game. So, nice job by Ben Kuehn.
That's gutsy. That's gutsy, to be honest.
Brian immediately steps out because he knows he's missed one to the right, and Russell's going to try to push it farther, and he did.
And this is a winner's bracket in round 2 in the ACO Doubles Division. You're seeing Ben Kuehn and Brian Jones in the red lane, sitting on 11 points right now. And Craig Ervin, Russel Tabors, the number 4 seed in doubles, sitting on that 18 spot. And that's unfortunate there for Jonesy. But he's going to get a little bit of a gift from Russell. You see Russell in that champion's jersey, the purple jersey.
If Russell could finish, and that could have put him on 20.
He leaves it alone.
Yeah.
And does not take advantage on that 4th bag curse. I'll tell you what, it almost feels like it has been a curse.
It has.
This entire weekend. And we cannot emphasize enough what a missed opportunity. And what's so crazy is the hard shots that get made, and then what are perceived to be the easier shots that just get duffed, you know?
I don't know if it's lack of concentration on that last bag or what, but, man, you see it so often. So many times when you're playing this game. Oh, got a good break on that bag. I thought it was long. Good bag there by Craig.
Ben lets it fly. He's going to place one right
that's
in front.
Nice.
Well, and what's interesting, he's going to make him earn it. Guess who's going to earn it?
Craig Ervin's fixing to shoot this airman.
Guess what happens next? That.
And
I thought I was going to have a Sports Center moment.
He's still got one hanging, though. This is a big shot again for Ben.
Does he push it and try to clear the whole thing up and get a couple in there? What's he going to do? Oh, he's going to go up and over. Oh, and that's.
Oh, so now it's sitting on 6 on 5. 6 on 5. He's got one. If he goes in the hole, they win the game.
They both have one off the back. In the hole, they win the game?
Yep, in the hole, he wins the game.
Not going to go down and look. He's going to trust Russell, who is absolutely stone-faced, as if he knew exactly what he's supposed to do. He leaves it on the board.
But still picks up 2.
Going to take the 2, and now he's on the hot spot.
To 20.
All right, still an opportunity for him to regain some ground here. Top seed In this match, the number 4 seed, Craig and Russell.
And Russell's getting off just a little bit.
Giving Jonesy a little bit of a window of opportunity there. He's going to try to sneak it in. I just clean it up.
And Jones, he threw that block on purpose.
Yeah, he did.
So.
You know, and if you can see it, I don't know if you can quite see from the angle of the camera, but first off, Jonesy wastes no time. Once that bag is finished moving, he's already got one in the air to follow it. But if you watch Russell, he has sort of this outside in throw, and I know you've seen it enough because you've played with him as much as you have, but he has this sort of outside, kind of coming from the outside in, and I've always been told, you know, keep your elbow in tight, and get that, you know, kind of get that line that you want to establish. And we talk about release points, but he's just found that groove with that outside in release.
One thing I can tell you, I'm an expert on playing Russel Tabors. He's throwing on the inside arm, and his arm, if you'll watch, is going to be completely over the center of the board when he throws.
Yeah.
Because I have bumped him one time when he was playing.
Is that right?
And he said, I'm not the only one that's ever done that. So,
boy, I tell you
that's
what,
a good
this
bag.
is these are really nice strategic bags, and that's a
there's
good finish.
Good
Good cleanup there by Ben, and you know they should pull something out of this because you got to figure he knows what he's aiming for there, and that would be center cut. And
that one trying to put the brakes on.
He does take advantage. One of the rare times we've seen that number 4 bag do what it's supposed to do.
Yep.
All right,
first,
so
could be a block.
Brian Jones takes first bag. He's going to go ahead and take advantage of the open hole. Russell easily follows. We may have a little bit of, I was going to say a little follow the leader here, but I think Russell's going to go ahead and say, I'll take that part of the middle that you gave me. Thank you.
I don't think that bag was gettable right there, and I think he had to make Russell try to throw them all in.
He's going to do it right there. He's just going to throw that one up.
That's a higher, Mel.
And that's going to leave it alone. All right, well, that's going to wrap up that one. 21-13, Russel Tabors, Craig Ervin take down Ben Kuehn and Brian Jones in the ACO Doubles Winners Bracket Round 2. That's a nice game, a nice sportsmanship.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, that's just one of those opportunities that we get that happens on occasion where we get to see Craig Ervin on center court again, probably.
Hey, come on up, Craig. Come on down. This is Craig Ervin half hour.
We might want to just go ahead and rename center court the Ervin Court.
The Ervin Court.
We need to get his misses and his better half back out here just to throw some bags, just to keep the legacy alive, if you will. So he and Russell will advance. That was nicely done. So we're going to be
ACO